5 minutes with Philly FileMaker, phillyfilemaker.org. I'm Jason Mundock. We are in Philly for getting ready for our September meeting, and back with us is Tim Neudecker.
Hello.
And Tim was with us a couple of years ago, I think, doing a session on performing fines faster, sort of my introduction to all that stuff that now we see Matt doing out in Portland, etc. So it's great to have you back. Tim was also, by the way, you were the very first 5 Minutes with Philly FileMaker interviewee. We did that at DevCon, and you are also the first repeat.
A lot of firsts today.
So you're breaking records. So you're here in Philly with us to do a presentation tonight. First of all, what's the title of the presentation?
Supporting users with system design.
And kind of break it down, because I'm hoping that this video will be posted prior to the meeting. And so if you're watching this and you wanna watch our Ustream recording of the meeting itself, this is like your trailer. So break it down for us in a couple of minutes.
Well, I found over the last few months since the Pause on Air conference, I've noticed a lot of users concentrating heavily on tips and tricks and bells and whistles, what I call the chrome and the polish, and neat things to make FileMaker do stuff it was never intended to do, which is really cool and fun. But I think a lot of these developers are losing sight of the end goal, which is happy users and a successful system and happy sponsors. So I want to talk today about the different types of users that you interact with when designing and building a system. You have a sponsor who's paying the bill.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you to break that down for us.
You have the champion, which is generally the person who wants the system and called you in and is selling you to the sponsor, saying, hey, this is the guy, he can solve our problems.
Okay.
This firm can do it. And then you have the users who generally work for the champion, be it in their department or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all have very different needs, and they all see the system in a very different way. And you really have to think about who you're talking to, so you know how to talk to them and you know how to interpret what they're telling you.
Where in your opinion, does it break down for a developer? So if I'm a typical developer, I've got my own reasons that I'm in this business. How does that reconcile or not reconcile with what you just said?
When you're talking to a sponsor, you have to put on your salesman hat.
Right.
Because you're trying to sell the system to them. Return on investment. What benefit will a company see from this solution? How will you solve their business problems?
Right, they don't really care if it's FileMaker.
You got it. They don't know if it's PHP. Don't worry about talking about tips, tricks, what tools you're going to use.
Right.
Talk about, hey, we're going to make your sales process better. You're going to handle more calls per day. Your shipments will go out faster. You will have more accurate reporting.
Yep.
Those big things that they like to have. When you're talking to the champion, they generally have a problem or a need they can't fill. And that's what you have to talk about. That was, can you solve my workflow problems?
Workflow. All right. So you got sponsor and ROI. You have champion and workflow.
Workflow. And then users. You're not going to make this harder for me.
Right.
Don't make my life tougher. Yeah, workload. You know, you're not.
Efficiency.
And also job security. A lot of users may look at you in a bad idea. Hey, you know, is this program here to replace me? Are you not going to need Betty in shipping here when you're done with this? You know, they have their motives as well, so careful how you work with them. And they have to have buy-in. You need that user buy-in. They have to want to use the system.
So, yeah, we've got a lot of things then as a developer to consider. It's not just about the application.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's what we're talking about tonight in Philadelphia. And if you'd like to check the meeting, join us live on Ustream, or we're going to be recording that broadcast. Hopefully everything will go well. And you can check that out on our Ustream channel. So thanks, Tim, for being here.
Thank you.
And check in with us at phillyfilemaker.org.